Good evening. Welcome. We are here at the Head Ladies in Charge premiere.
Yes, and we're so excited to be here. This is a powerful presentation of a movie with the founders, Alisa and Mellisa, so it's Mellisa Lambert and Alisa J.Green, who had the vision to see this entire movie put together. And it's such a wonderful event to come out and empower women and empower each other, because you know that they are life coaches, they are health coaches, and they are just exuding success. And so we're just happy to be here tonight and share the stories, the power of their story.
We are also celebrating Melissa's birthday. So today is a double celebration. We cannot wait to see everyone. We're here, hashtag HLIC. So make sure you're hashtagging all your pictures, and we want to see all the head ladies in charge. We can't wait to meet you.
Perfect. So what we're going to do tonight is just talk about a lot of the things that have gone on in the movie. We're hoping that you'll be able to come and join us and see the movie, but there have been some powerful displays of people's comments concerning their story. So for instance, one of the founders, Alisa J.Green, says that it's not how you tell it, it's how you give it, and it's how you live it. So that's a powerful thing that we have to say.
As a single parent, back as being by myself, and not knowing, walking through the forest by myself, but not really knowing what's ahead of me. But not even knowing that I had the courage to do it by myself. And so I realized from that God has a funny way of sitting you down and making you be still, because sometimes our plan is not God's plan.
And Melissa's testimony is, not only is she the head lady in charge, but you have the power to redo yourself. You can reposition yourself and repower yourself.
I realized that I was doing something wrong, but I didn't want to change it. So there's a saying that says, warning come before destruction. And I had the warnings, but I didn't realize the destruction was going to come. My money was decreasing. And then after that was no money, then car repoed, evicted out of my house, and I basically hit rock bottom. It was a challenging time of my life because I've never experienced that before. And I didn't know what to do. Got into depression, was so depressed. Didn't know what to do, who to turn to, who to tell my story to, because you don't want people to judge you. And when you're in that limelight, people know that you are on top of your game. So I trusted one person, and she then, she talked with me, and she said, Melissa, why don't you just go on welfare?
So that's what we're doing tonight. We're empowering women to take their situation from where they are and to change them and make them anew.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sounds awesome.
Yeah. So as you watch with us, always hashtag HLIC, so that way they'll be able to get your responses. We're going to have a great night. We're going to bring some other people on for you, and we'll get to see what brought them out tonight and what the power of their stories are. And we're going to also talk later on about how everything has impacted them once they get a chance to see the movie.
We have a couple awesome people that are in store for us, and we're going to bring a few of them on so we can hear their story.
Exactly. There's one coming on right now. She's going to tell us the power of her story.
Hello.
Hi.
Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
I'm Nanette Buchanan.
Beautiful. And what brings you out tonight?
Well, tonight I'm a vendor at this great event.
Perfect.
So I'm an author, and I write books that are what I call reality fiction.
Right. Okay.
So
tell
I
us
believe
about
that
this book you have, these books you have here.
Well, my latest book is The Stranger Within.
Okay.
And it's about abuse. The difference in this book and other stories that have been told about abuse, I look at it from the victim's point of view years later. She doesn't remember she's been abused, and now she's having problems with relationships, and she doesn't know why.
Wow.
So she's got to go back and find out, where did I lose the trust
the root.
and the root of the problems. And that's what this is about.
How do you get her straight? How do you get her back there to see all of this?
Well, she goes to her mother, and of course her mother says, pray on it. And of course she says, Mama, prayers ain't working no more.
It does. 21st century, and it still works. I can tell it.
It does. It does. However, you got to know where your connection is
Yes,
first.
absolutely.
So she goes to a doctor, and the doctor tells her, you can't sleep, you can't eat, because you've got to connect with your mom. Your mother knows, and you've got to reconnect with her. So she's got some other issues.
Okay.
And of course she has to go through those to find out what is really going on. So in this book, it's about healing. It's about finding out what goes on that we keep kind of secret. We kind of, we keep it to ourselves. And growth.
We can always grow.
The book before that was Scattered Pieces.
Okay.
This is about a woman who, again, is at wit's end. She has found out that she's by herself. Her husband has left her. She's got 3 kids to raise, and she hasn't been in the working force for about 5 or 6 years. So now she's got to find a way to get back on that. And in trying to just take the ease off, she overdosed on some of her pain pills.
Wow.
And there's a lot of people that do that. They over-medicate and think that that's going to take the pain away, only to wake up to the pain the next day.
Wow.
So she wakes up to her sister wanting to take over, the husband wanting to come back because he figures he can do what he wants, and of course Family Services wants to take her children. So she's got to find internal strength as well.
That's deep. You have very deep books. I like it.
So tell us, what's the power of your story as you spell it?
The power of my story is to share and inspire and have people reconnect to their inner being.
Awesome.
We all need that.
Yes.
And as we grow up, we kind of think that, in our maturity, we don't need to reconnect. We can, every now and then, if we need God, we just yell, oh God. But we have to stay connected.
Yes, absolutely.
And I try to show that in the stories. Wow. And I try to make it reality, because if you don't tell people what's real, they kind of think it's all a fantasy.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, thank you for sharing.
All right, thank you. And I hope to see you at my table.
We will. We'll be right over.
And if anybody wants to get my books, they can go to my website, www.ipen, that's P-E-N, designs.net. I'm Lynette Buchanan, and thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Lynette.
much, Lynette.
Wow,
Appreciate
what a
you.
wonderful story she had to share. You never know.
Great.
Well, we'll be back. We have some more visitors coming, but we'll see you soon. Remember, #HLIC.
Welcome to Head Ladies in Charge, the movie. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing very well tonight.
Great. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
My name is Kendra Gatling. I'm owner and founder of Gatling Bookkeeping Services, located right here in Newark, New Jersey.
Excellent, excellent. So tell me the power of your story. Can you encapsulate it in a few words?
Yes, well, as we all know, in September 2008, we faced quite of a perfect storm with our financial situations as a country. Everything from job loss to housing loss to stock market loss. And I was then put in the position where I no longer was working after freshly coming back from maternity leave. So I did the credentials, I went back to school and I did the footwork that I needed to start my own business, Gatling Bookkeeping Services.
Excellent, excellent. So what brings you out tonight?
What brings me out tonight is support all of the ladies here, to support all the ladies being honored. And, I see myself in them. I see them as an inspiration, as motivation, as, just to keep rising above and beyond and to keep excelling in all the things that we do.
Absolutely. And so if you had to say what your power of your story is in a few words, like 2 or 3 words, what would you say it be?
Don't give up.
Amen. That's a blessing. Thank you so much for being here with
Thank
us.
you.
And continued success in your business.
You too. Thank
and we'll
you so
support
much.
it because it's a local business in Newark. Do you
Yes,
have a
it
website or anything for
Yes,
anyone?
www.gatlingbookkeepingsservices.yolasite.com.
We look forward to seeing you and
Yes.
enjoy the movie. Thank you so much for being a part.
Thank you. Enjoy.
Good evening, Sheena. How are you?
I'm well, and you? Thank
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you so much for coming. What brought you out tonight?
Just to see how women can come together and empower one another.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So tell me, what's the power of your story?
The power of my story is I work for Primerica Financial Services, and our mission is to help families become properly protected, financially independent, earn more income, and to get out of debt, which we are all trying to do.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hi, we're joined by Tamika. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. My name is Brittany, and we're here with the Head Ladies in Charge. How do you feel about this movie premiere?
I'm excited to see it. I'm basically out to support my girl Mary Baker. And it's going to be awesome, I'm sure.
Yes, yes. And what is your version of your story of empowerment?
Well, I played professional basketball 13 years professionally. And so I'm always about empowering women. I think, being a woman in sports, that was a key, symbol or a key item that, a lot of us talk about. So I think that, women in power is awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely a key element. We can't let it down. So for the rest of the evening, just make sure you #HLIC, because that's what we represent, Head Ladies in Charge. Absolutely. Thank you for joining us, Tamika. I hope you enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Have a good one.
So the next lovely lady that we're speaking about concerning head ladies in charge is Orinthia. And so, Orinthia, what brought you out tonight?
Wow, I heard about this HLIC movement and I had to come. I had to support it. I had to come and see what this was about.
Excellent, excellent. So what did you hear about it?
Well, I heard that it's empowering, and I am part of a company that empowers women, so I had to come and be a part of it.
And what is that company?
I'm a part of Avon.
Okay, perfect.
And I am one of the faces of Avon, as is evidenced.
You?
I appear in the Avon brochure.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
So, of course, we are empowering women through what we do with the Avon, through the foundation, through the company. So I'm excited to be here to join the movement to empower more women.
We're so glad to have you here. So if you had to put a slogan together that talked about head ladies in charge and how it's powering your story, what would you say?
Wow. Oh, my gosh. I can't even think.
What's one word that you can say that all the ladies need today?
Empowerment. Empowerment.
Thank you so much, Orinthia.
Thank you very much.
We look forward to having your comments after the movie as well.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Stay tuned. We have more people coming for you.
Don't
Okay.
forget,
All right.
#HLIC.
Absolutely.
Thank you, ladies.
Welcome, welcome to the red carpet at the second release of The Power of Our Story through the HLIC movie. I am Mellisa Lambert, and we are here with Chrissy and Jay Hayes. Welcome.
Thank you. We're happy to be here.
Yes.
These are my two special friends, my two close friends, and I'm so excited that they're here to support me on tonight. I know they too have their own story, but I know one of the things I love about them is that they're a power couple, and that's a story in itself. So I know I'm going to talk about the head lady in charge, because she's a head lady in charge in her home. So tell us, Chrissy, what is the secret to a happy marriage?
The secret to a happy marriage?
Yes. Now that's the power of your story.
2 shots and cookies.
No. Communication, lots of communication. Lots of communication, prayer. I definitely would say that, yeah.
And more prayer.
And more prayer.
And what's next for you, Jay? I know one of the things I love about Jay, he's always busy. He's always busy doing God's work, but he's always busy doing his desire of things that he needs to do and accomplish in life. So what's next for you, Jay?
Sleep.
What's the next project, Jay?
Sleep.
You know what? I guess sleep is everybody's business right now. So, Chrissy, what's next for you?
Well, we're actually doing a documentary next.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going to do a documentary. It has to do with couples and the position that men have in today's world and the position that women have in today's world and how kind of complicated it is, being that so many things have changed. So that's going to be interesting.
Wow, that is amazing. I mean, you guys have to look out for this documentary. So whenever it's coming, I hope it's in 2016.
It is. Yeah, it is. It's in 2016. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys.
It's our pleasure. Thank you.
It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you. And this is the head man in charge and head lady in charge. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you guys. And we have Alisa J.Green that's going to join us. Yes. Hey, Alisa J.Green.
Hi, Mellisa Lambert.
How are you, Alisa J.Green?
Fantastic, Mellisa.
We are so excited. Lisa, tell me, how does it feel to be here again?
OMG. Mellisa, I can't tell you how full I am right now just from being here and seeing all these beautiful people, especially women that are like just standing in the gap for other women that couldn't show up or couldn't come in today. And I'm just super excited and filled up over the top with what's about to go down.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. Good. You know what? It's nothing like having your story being told. There's nothing like releasing your story. And the power of our story is not only just for me and you, Lisa. It's for all of us to realize that there is power in our stories. And we have today some special young ladies. I would love to bring them up. And this is from the SWAG organization, Sister Who Amplify Greatness. Can we get these young ladies in? We have This is the CEO of Sister Amplifying Greatness. And this is Claudette. And Claudette, can you just introduce all the wonderful girls that's here? Come on.
Say your name. My name is Noriana Rouse. I'm 13. My name is Bree Ray, and I'm 10.
My name is Atia Johnson, and I'm 11.
My name is Vermella Rouse, and I'm 9.
My name is Soraya Rouse, and I'm 11. I'm 12.
These are all my fabulous girls from SWAG, Sisters Who Amplify Greatness, an organization that I have that supports young girls to be great women. And we all want them to aspire to be great HLICs, so they are HLICs in training today. So we're thankful to be here today on this red carpet. We thank Mellisa and Alisa for the opportunity to bring these beautiful young girls, and hopefully one day they too will begin to start sharing their stories. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you for coming. You guys are the head ladies in charge and training. So we're going to train you ladies young girls, how to be great girls, but later on become great women in society. So we thank you, ladies, for coming, and we hope you guys enjoy, all right? I'm here with my wonderful best friend, Fayon Witch, and she is an amazing woman, amazing head lady in charge in her home, in her church, at work. So, Fayon, I know you're proud of me. I can say that. But tell me, what does this mean for you, just being on this red carpet tonight?
So I'm so excited to be here with Mellisa because I have listened to her. I have listened to her encouragement as a woman to myself. We've prayed together and we've talked about the great things, the dreams and the passion she has to see women all over the world empowered. And I know her story personally, and I've been a witness. I'm so excited and so glad and so proud of her. And she's going to do excellent things and awesome things. So I'm always in your corner and here to support you. I love you, Mellisa.
Love you.
All the best.
So our next head lady in charge visiting with us tonight is Maddie Wilkerson. Maddie, what brings you out tonight?
Well, I wanted to support Mellisa. I think this is a wonderful cause. I think her organization that she has is a pivotal part for our community. I think that it's empowering for women, empowering for the city of Newark, and just a wonderful opportunity to showcase a marvelous work.
Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing those kind words. Do you represent an organization tonight?
Yes, I do. I am here on behalf of Supporting Our Sisters, which is a Newark-based organization that started approximately 8 years ago by Tawanda McUrchin, and it is an organization that believes in empowering all women.
Okay. Beautiful. Do you have a website that we can check out?
Yes, it would be www.supportingoursisters.com.
Perfect.
Yes.
And if you had words to express your story, how would you put that together? What would you say?
I would say that at one point in my life, I was a woman that was broken, but through Supporting Our Sisters and other empowerment organizations, particularly based in the city of Newark, that it showed us as women how powerful and wonderful and marvelous that we really are.
So you learned that you had value.
Absolutely.
And you deserved better.
Absolutely.
Great.
So that's why you are a head lady in charge with us tonight.
We're joined here by the wonderful Barbara Clark. How are you today?
I am fantastic. How are you? And how are you? Thank you for having me.
Delighted to have you here. And what brings you to the Head Ladies in Charge premiere?
Oh my goodness, these powerful women that are coming together to tell their stories.
Right, absolutely.
I was drawn to two wonderful ladies, Mellisa and Alisa.
Great.
Can you imagine? And then to see online the trailer when the women were talking about what they had gone through and how they had been transformed. There was no other place I would rather be but to support the Head Ladies in Charge.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if you had a chance to put your own slogan or anything together that would represent Head Ladies in Charge, or just one word that says, I'm a Head Lady in Charge, what would that be?
The power of your story.
The power of my story, it would be transformation.
Yes, yes.
Transformation. And I know that this story, their stories are going to transform lives.
Yes.
And that's the main thing. That's the purpose, to share what's going on and be a blessing to someone else. It's powerful.
So are you also representing an organization tonight?
Actually, I am, the IOSOT.
Okay.
I am a health and wellness specialist, and The IOSO tea and the NutriBurst have been blessing people's lives, purifying them, giving them energy. And so we're just here to just share, to transform a life.
Absolutely.
Through a tea. Can you imagine it?
Yes,
What
simple.
So simple. You drink some tea and you feel better, you look better, you become stronger.
It's true. Because even in the scripture it says that the trees are for the healing of the nation,
That's
right?
correct.
And so the
That's
herbs
correct.
are here to help us.
Yes.
And so once we get back to the natural points
Yes.
of view, we can better our lives.
Think about what you could do to help yourself, your neighbor, your friend, your family member. Somebody needs it. They weren't here tonight, but you can share. You've learned so many ways that women have overcome tonight. Now go back and do something with what you have. You know, what good is the knowledge if you don't share it? Sure, you can benefit from it, but we're in this world together. So I ask each of you, pledge that you will leave here tonight and find somebody to encourage them, to give them something that you heard or saw on this screen that's in you that can help save a life. And I'll tell you why it's important. So Kim's story tonight at the end is very dear to my heart because you see, on July 27th of this year, I made a decision to end my life. Well, it didn't work because that wasn't God's plan. So as I sat in my little hospital room there in Lyons, New Jersey, with my bed nailed to the floor, it gave me time to think. And just as the woman said here tonight, had I succeeded, I wouldn't be in the position I am now to know things that I have searched for so long to find. You see, I'm 45 years old, and for many years, we'll say about 40 of those years, I knew that I was raised into a family that wasn't my own. I was adopted, and I always wanted to know my real family. I always wanted to know my identity. Who am I? Oh, it became the most nagging thing to me. It was the worst feeling in the world for me not to know who I am, but just to be told who people wanted me to be. It wasn't a bad thing, but it wasn't the right thing. So at some point when you become successful and you hide behind the good things you have, your pretty house and all your wigs and your shoes and your fancy clothes, you get tired of being two people. The one that is out there and shining in front of everyone, and that one that's going home at night and beating down the pillows with tears. You see, it will get to you when you least expect it. It will find you in your darkest place. But what you have to do is come out of it. I'm here to tell you, I survived, and I'm glad I did. Because as I spent 21 years researching and struggling from this side of the country to that side of the country, looking for my father, looking for my birth mother, trying to figure out who I am, after almost all my life, last year, I was able to identify my birth mother. And she's here tonight. So we need to say hello to my mommy, because for 44 years, I didn't belong to anyone. I wasn't anyone's daughter. I was someone's obligation, but I wasn't anyone's daughter. So I want my mom to stand up. Because had I ended my life, as Kim said, and I'm grateful for that because it was a journey and a struggle, but today I know who I am.
Mary followed us on Facebook, and she inboxed me and said, Mellisa, I would love to buy a ticket to the next event. And one of the things that everybody don't, if you don't know me, you know me now, I'm a very strong believer in my faith. And I don't do anything without the help of God. And after I spoke to Mary, out of nowhere, the Spirit of God said, you got to meet this lady. And I'm like, God, really? What am I going to talk about? I don't know her from Adam. And I was like, Lisa, we got to go see Mary. And Lisa normally works on Tuesday. And she's like, Mellisa, I got to go get my money. I can't meet you and Mary on Tuesday. I said, Lisa, you got to be there. And lo and behold, when we went to meet Mary, I didn't know what I was going to say to Mary. I didn't know Mary at all, and neither did she. But when we stepped in that room,
magic happened.
Magic happened. And the Spirit of God said to me that
Mary, on October 22nd will be the day that Mary shared her story. And today, a story is going to be told that has been held. And I want you to listen to this powerful story, because today is a day of release.
There you go.
I'm a little nervous. But first of all, I want to thank everyone. It's a blessing to have everyone here. I literally call my friends, my childhood friends. Everyone in this room, there's someone in this room that's been in my path in my life ever since I was a kid, all the way up to now that I'm an adult. My family's here is just a blessing. Just to have everyone here is just awesome. I'm really living a dream, and I'm also living a dream because I get to tell my story every day. And I just feel that it's time that it get told. God has brought me to this point to say this is the time. What's going on in the world today, what's going on in society today, I just think it's time to just tell the story and everybody can relate. I'll start it as a story, and I just want all of you to recognize my story and your story. I'm Mary Baker. Wow. I'm Mary Baker, and this is my story. One day, one sunny autumn day, it happened, 3:30 in the afternoon. And a woman in my neighborhood was murdered. And as, you know, when something happened in the neighborhood, everybody walks down the street to see what's going on. So this particular day, all of us in the neighborhood, we all walked down the street, you know, to ask the police what was going on. So the police had said to us that a woman was murdered. I have two sons. If everyone knows me, I have two sons. My oldest son was in school at that time, and my youngest son was home with his girlfriend before the parents get home from work. I guess you guys go and relate to that. So we all went down to see what was going on. It was a crowd of people. We went down just to see what was happening. After that, the police left. No one in the neighborhood heard anything else about this woman and the murder. A couple of months later, we moved out of the neighborhood. We moved to another neighborhood. Just living our life as usual. Whew. I just gotta catch myself, because I need to release this. 3 years later, out of nowhere, the police arrested my youngest son for this woman's murder. We were told that the gun that murdered this woman was found in North Carolina by another man that used to live in New Jersey in the same neighborhood we did, and he was older. He had committed a murder in North Carolina with the same gun. Being that we had moved out of the neighborhood, we didn't know what was going on. And I want you, everyone in here, if you don't listen to anything, I want you to listen to this, because this is real. I'm your living testimony. Not knowing we didn't live in the neighborhood anymore, the police would actually arrest the kids in the neighborhood, and in order for them to lock them up, they had them file false police reports against my son. We no longer knew we were not in the area anymore. We had no knowledge this was going on. Being a young parent I didn't know the justice system. I want you all to listen to this. very important. I didn't know the justice system. I didn't understand the justice system. But because of this arrest, it changed our life forever. My son was found guilty of a crime at age 17 for a crime he did not commit at age 17. He received 30 years to life at 17. This is a teenager. There was no evidence, there was no fingerprints, there was no gun holding, there wasn't anything. Just the kids in the neighborhood that they allowed them to file false reports. This is where my madness began. My child was in prison for a crime he didn't commit. I was so angry at God. I couldn't connect. I couldn't connect to God in any kind of way because I said, 1 in a million, why me? Why my child? Why my family? Why us? We see this on the news every day. We judge people every day, but I'm your living testimony. I have a child in prison for 22 years for a crime he never committed. Today, my son is in jail, incarcerated, and he keeps me going. This is something I held for 22 years. It's people in this room today that talks to me every day, that deals with me every day, and never knew this about me. I wear this every day. I'm reminded of it every day because every day, every morning, I talk to my son on collect call. When my son was first incarcerated, it was New Jersey Bell. It wasn't Verizon. There was no cell phone. It was beepers. It was beepers. We didn't have any cell phones at that time. When he was incarcerated, the phones, it was just New Jersey Bell. I don't even know what a regular phone bill looks like. For 22 years, I have been accepting collect calls from my son. We talk on the phone every day. We have the best communication every day. If some people know me that deals with me every day, I always tell them I'm not a morning person. The reason why is because I'm talking to my son every morning to start my day. Every day, I'm on the phone talking to him. So that's why I'm not there 8:30, 9 o'clock, because I have to wait for his call. But through this all, I'll tell you, he has helped me instead of me helping him. He has helped me to stay strong. He has taught me how not to be angry with God. He tells me every day, don't be angry with God. He always he has a saying, he always says, he tells me he's not mad at his journey. He's just mad at his time. He said his journey has just given him the experience to connect with God, to connect with other people that is incarcerated, to help other inmates that's incarcerated. He just says his experience just helped him. Every day he helped me get through it all. What kills me the most is to hear a person, not just my son. We take for granted everything we do each day, but to hear a person say, I just want to breathe night air, you can't imagine it. To hear a person say, I just want to hold a baby, is crazy. To hear a person say, I would love to pay a bill, it takes us to a whole nother level. He is a blessing to me. So I just want to thank God for allowing my son to get through this for 22 years. I want to thank God for blessing me, for allowing me to be able to accept collect calls. You know, because they do add up. Okay? So I'm just thanking God for that. I'm just thanking God for him making me the person I am today, which is I don't judge anyone because I never know their path. You never know what path someone is dealing with. People deal with me every day. They see me bubbly, they see me as a businesswoman, they see me as a successful woman, but they don't see that pain I deal with every day. Some people in here, I am their mother. You know, some people in here, I help, you know, deal them through their struggle. But I believe that's because of my experience. It made me who I am today. I'm just thankful to God. I'm just thankful to God for my son. He actually helped inmates in there that doesn't have families. He helps them with commissaries. He helps them with all of that. It's just a blessing. He's a blessing. If he had hard times, he doesn't show it to me. He let me handle it. He let me vent to him. He let me talk to him. He's just a great guy. This journey, I didn't talk about it much because I just was afraid that people would judge me. People wouldn't understand it. And if I didn't live it, I probably wouldn't have believed that someone was incarcerated for a crime they never committed. I'm here. It's real. I think everyone needs to know it. And I think the time is now that everyone needs to know it. It is real. This journey taught me how not to judge anyone, to be humble to everyone you come across because you never know their journey. And I just like you all to recognize my story and your story. My journey is who I am. I am HLIC. Thank you. Thank you.
Story. And a lot of us in here have many, many stories. And we thank you, Mary, for being courageous enough to stand in your truth and stand in your power tonight to share that story.
And there's two things we're going to do before we all leave. Everyone received a thank you note and share with you about the vendors, but there's something on the bottom that says a Sisters Can We Talk? Because every sister in here have a story. And we want to open up, Mary actually opened up her center for us to have a dialogue with each other. So we're gonna open that. I want you to pull that paper out. On that paper there is an email and a phone number there. Please, there's only 25 ladies we're gonna take in, and it's not a cost. It's just a time that we're gonna come together and we're gonna have a Sister Can We Talk moment. So, you know, please look at that information. And tonight, we know that each and every one of us have a release in us. There's something that needs to be released. Just like Mary released her story and Coretta released her story. There is a story in you tonight. So we're going to have a release ceremony right outside the door. We're going to give each person a balloon. And we want you to write. You don't have to write details. Just write something, a word.
Write a word.
A power word.
One power word.
You know, it can be freedom.
Yes, it can.
It can be, you know, fear. I'm going to release myself from the fear or that's been holding me hostage. Whatever it is, even a name, you can write that name that you want to write on there. Or that bill collector that's been bothering you. So whatever it is, we're going to release you tonight. So this is not only our journey. We're now welcoming each and every person in the audience to journey on with us to have a release, a freedom celebration.
Yes. Celebration of life in addition to your birthday.
Oh yeah, in addition to my birthday.
And
I'm 34 tonight, y'all.
Today is the day that we say no more. Yes. Today is the day that we take back our lives. Yes. Today is the day that we release everything that has held us back. Yes. Fear, yes. Discouragement, yes. Depression, yes. Anything that's not like him. Yes. We give back because he said, greater is he that is within us than anything that we deal on this world. Are you ready for the countdown? Yes. Here we go. 1, 2, on 3. 3. Up, up, and away. Goodbye, depression. Goodbye, fear.
Every woman has a story. It's not how you tell it, it's how you live it and how you give it. And when you give your story, give from the core of who it is that you are. Stay blessed and be